There's no such thing as sight reading. And so what about Latin jazz? What are the stylistic guidelines if you're playing Latin style? Well, the mantra is that Latin feel has straight eighths and is a smoother style. And those things are true, but lots of music has straight eighths and a smoother style. So what are the mechanics to create this Latin feel? Well, the articulation rules, the placements of the accents for Latin are the same as for swing. You're still going to accent the peaks, louder on the peaks and quiet on the valleys, and louder on the first and last notes of the phrases, and softer on the notes before the bop notes. For none of those things, you're still going to accent the ups and play quiet on the downs. And what really it comes down to is the aggressiveness of the accent you're using. So remember when we talked about swing feel, that although there is a rhythmic component to playing swing eighths, that it's not so much a deliberate alteration to the rhythm as it is a side effect of accenting some notes and not accenting other notes. We're not really just deliberately changing the eighth notes into a triplet feel. If you were supposed to do that, swing would just be written in 12/8 time. Why not just write it in compound meter instead of just agreeing that we're all going to change the rhythm of the eighth notes? The fact is, if you accent some notes and don't accent other notes, then some notes are going to respond more quickly than other notes. Some notes are going to have some hesitation, and this is going to present itself as a rhythmic component. And when you're playing swing, if you just place the accents accurately and listen to the rhythm section and lock in with the rhythm section, what will happen is at the slower tempos, your accents will be more aggressive because you have more time. So you can use a more aggressive accent. It'll have more effect on the rhythm, and the swing rhythm is harder, more pronounced at the slower speeds. And then as you speed up, as the tempo increases, you have less time to produce that accent. So the accents remain in place, but they become lighter and lighter. And so if you keep your accents in place and you lock in with the rhythm section, what will happen is as you increase the tempo, the eighth notes will become straighter and straighter and straighter until you get up above about 160 and they're just straight. And at that point, the accents are not heavy enough to have an effect on the underlying eighth note rhythm. So with Latin style, the articulation rules are the same as they are for swing. Accents are in the same places. The difference, though, is that when you're playing Latin style, you're locking in with a Latin rhythm section. And that's going to affect the aggressiveness of those accents. Latin rhythm section's got straight eighths, it's got the dotted quarter eighth in the bass. Now, when you're at fast tempos, 160 and up, the accents are going to be light just because you don't have as much time to do the accent, just like with swing. So it's not going to affect the rhythm. But with Latin, as the tempo slows, if you're going to lock in with that rhythm section, your accents cannot become more aggressive as you get slower like they did with swing, right? The accents have to remain light because if they become more aggressive, they start affecting your eighth note rhythm. You're not locked in with the rhythm section anymore, so you have to keep those accents light across all tempos. That way the eighth notes remain straight across all tempos, and when you have this lighter accent, that's what gives you this smooth floating feel that is characteristic of Latin style. So whether you're playing swing feel or Latin feel, if you just accurately place your accents while locking in with the rhythm section, then your brain will subconsciously adjust the aggressiveness of those accents to lock in with either swing style or Latin style across all tempos. And if you practice with a rhythm section, whether backing track or live rhythm section, before long, you'll get the sound of those time feels in your head. You'll know what a Latin rhythm section sounds like, what a swing rhythm section sounds like, and you'll be able to hear and lock in with that sound even when you're playing alone. My name's Mark Dooley. I've been a private music teacher for 37 years, focused on practical theory and music literacy. If you'd like to hear more, follow me. If you'd like lessons, contact me. If you can learn how to read words, you can learn how to read music.